Oh my God, you guys, I agreed to participate in this nail collaboration and look at my workspace. I don't know how I'm going to get this done, but my time slot is 8 o'clock p.m. Saturday, April the 19th, and I need to get this done Eastern Standard Time. Here is the collaboration I'm participating in by Sarah and Toy, the High Life collab. We're doing some 420 nails today, so join me as we go through this as quickly as possible because I got a deadline, y'all. So we're going to start by doing prep, and prepping is basically removing any of the shiny surfaces from these nail tips that I plan on using to do these designs. These are gel nail tips by Prey. Not trying to product promote anything here, just really trying to get this done. I find using these nail tips for design are quick and easy, especially when you're just trying to do something fun. Mind you, I am a professional nail tech, have been one for over 7 years, so I do know some tricks of the trade, which is probably why I was able to, tidy up my workspace right quick and get to it. But just know that if you're working with nails, do so at your own discretion. Be cautionary with the products you choose to use. Be mindful of the equipment that you're using. Use some sensibility, get some education, and make sure you understand how your products work before you dive into it. All right, we got this prep done. I know this is going real fast. I'm dusting them off, and before we get into anything else, I forgot.
Wait and subscribe for Mommy's YouTube channels and hit the bell.
All right, so our next step is going to be polishing these nails. I'm going to be using 3 separate colors. I've decided between black, a green, and a white. I'm probably also going to include something else towards the end, but we'll see as we go. My objective here is again to just create 420 nail designs. Now, this is not a promotion for anyone to get out there and get cannabis happy. Please make sure you are doing your diligence and doing your research and informing yourself properly before you decide to use any products that contain cannabis. It is only sensible for you to do so. Fun fact, cannabis is legal in Canada, and that is where I'm from. There is a wealth of information available for anybody to research in order to understand the different types of cannabis that are out there or the different strains that are out there. The typical ones you will find are indica, sativa, and what we will call a hybrid, which is a blend of both. Indica, think of it as sitting in the couch. Sativa, think of it as reaching for the stars and doing all the things. And a hybrid is a little bit of both. So if you want to know more about cannabis, do yourself the favor of doing the research. Get yourself informed before consuming any products, because you do not want to catch yourself up in a place where you can't manage or you don't know. Now with these nails, I have decided to do 2 coats of polish as my base layer. So again, I am using black, green, and white. And then from there, I am going to apply design. I've chosen these colors just because I wanted to keep it simple. I generally don't do much with nail art. I'm not necessarily a nail artist. I am more of a nail technician. However, when you put your mind to something, you can truly do it. And I did make a promise that I was going to participate in this collaboration, and I made sure that I came through, because what's somebody worth if not their word, right? Also, fun fact, my dad's birthday actually falls on 420. May he rest in peace, died 6 years ago. However, I celebrate him, and that is another reason why I joined this collab. Hey! I have the nails curing in the lamp for 60 seconds to make sure they are thoroughly dry before I go through and start with my design. I think smoke is a theme that I'm going to use for all of my nails, so I think I'm going to create some smoky nail art design on the backdrop and likely add more to it as I go. I'm also going to use a blooming gel to help me do my smoky design. So I'm simply going to use the blooming gel on top of the black polish, and then I swivel it across with some white gel paint, and I go in and cure both of those. Then I'll come back and start adding the design. So for the first nail, the word is going to be smoke. Threw that in there in the light. For this one, I think I'm going to try to do some little cannabis leaves. Mind you, again, I'm not a nail artist, so I'm not the greatest. But I mean, if I don't try, I won't know. So I went ahead and added cannabis leaves on one nail, the word smoke on the other. As you can see, it also has the smoky design on the second nail. This third green nail, I decided to use a sticker. Oh, actually two stickers. One says smile and be happy, I think. And the other one is just a smiley face. And it was easier to use stickers just because of the backdrop. I didn't really want to use gel paint to paint the art because knowing myself, I will mess it up, which you know I already did. But anyways, so I put the two stickers and then I also wrote 420 and drew some cannabis leaves on those. It also, this other green nail, I gave it a smoky backdrop and I wrote the word high life. And then I also gave those a few cannabis leaves in there. On the white nail, I did a black smoke and I wrote the word faded. And then I came back later and added get faded. I also added the word puff puff pass on a nail. So as you can see, I've kind of worked through these nails, not one at a time, but actually in conjunction with each other. There was no downtime because again, I was pressed for time to try and get this video out. I also wanted to use a little bit of art ink to add some color to the smoke. That's also a tip for anybody that's interested in adding colors to white backdrops. Art ink is a wonderful way to do so. I've also gone in and added some gold because what do you mean no gold on my nails? This is me we're talking about. Gold goes on everything. So I'll throw in some gold accents, and this is the nail where I added get faded instead of just being faded. And then I, again, threw some accent designs onto the gold and, I'm sorry, threw some gold onto the design and just added as some accents just to give it a little bit of pep. Then I go in with all my nails and add the final top coat. But of course, as I was curing these nails, the faded one decided to stick in the lamp because I pushed it in too far, but whatever, I was able to fix it. As I said, I'm a professional. We don't worry about things like that. All right, y'all, and so this is the final product, and I'm trying to be all dramatic, giving y'all some smoke with it. What? Can a girl get a high five? So this is my final product, all 5 nails. I have the first one that says smoke, second one says smile and be happy with smiley faces. The third one says get faded. The fourth one says puff puff pass, and the fifth one says high life. Everybody has a little bit of cannabis art design to some degree. Hopefully the color palette works for the theme. And not gonna front, your girl thinks she did a pretty good job considering that she only got up out of her bed at 1 o'clock this afternoon and decided to get this done, even though she knew she had a deadline. Don't get mad at me, Toy. I'm sorry. I must say, I really did enjoy this process, but I need to stop putting things off to the last minute. When you want to call somebody a procrastinator, come to me, okay? Because I'm that girl. Sometimes it just bees like that. But not to mention, what really had happened to throw me off was the fact that I just had all of the windows and doors replaced in my house, and the window in my son's room for some reason magically fell during the process when I started. And so we had to deal with that emergency because, I mean, we have rain going on outside. If we don't have a window, how are we going to protect the inside of the house from the rain? So despite all of that mad craziness and all of the madness that went down, I am grateful that I was able to get this. Hopefully this will upload in time for my 8 o'clock deadline, and if not, it will probably be out just after. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me and checking me while I do these nails. I also want to give a shout out to Toy and Sarah for inviting me to join this collab. I do hope I did you guys proud and I am able to get my video updated in time. Remember folks, nails are something that everybody can care for. Happy, healthy nails start with you. And until I catch you on the next one, stay blessed. And not high. Okay, bye.